Most times I don't need that speaker, but anyone who can't hear me, let me know. So first of all, I am the equivalent of the real estate industry's ASA. I'm a seniors mortgage professional, and a reverse mortgage specialist. I've been in the financing space for 40 years. I used to work with a small Canadian investment bank called Scotia Capital. I've had a home out of Blue Mountain for 18 years, and I recently moved to Sunset Cove, and I know some of my neighbors here as well, so welcome to everybody. In addition, you will see some of the articles that I write in both Georgian Life on financing for seniors, but also I have a brochure at the back which was in the Collingwood Connections. I wrote an article for Collingwood Connections on seniors mortgages, including home equity lines of credit as well as reverse mortgages. So you're welcome to take one. It was distributed in May. You may have seen it, but if not, there's lots of copies. It's kind of interesting that Max talks about the 4 stages of retirement. The actual average age of a person taking out a reverse mortgage in Canada is 72 years of age. So that's clearly not an early retiree, somebody who's leaving work at 55 or 58. It's almost in that second, if not third stage. So I'm going to particularly talk about a case which is in this community. So this is a typical person that would end up calling, or a typical couple that would end up calling me and wants assistance. So we really focus on helping families make financial planning decisions that may include mortgages but may not include mortgages. So in this particular case, the husband had a stroke 2 to 3 years before. So thinking of living up in a 3-acre lot up on the back of Meaford, and in that 3-acre lot, it's lots of rocks and roads, and their closest neighbor is about a kilometer away. There's no wheelchairs getting in and out of that place, or at least down the road. You're not going for a walk, and you're surely not getting a walker in and out. So everything is in by car and out by car. That couple had some concerns, but through the period of getting over the illness, financing and spending get a little out of control, which would occur. They are managing a large home. They can't do for themselves anymore. They can't clean the pool. They can't do any of these kinds of things, so expenses start to build up. But because of the stroke, not in a position to make a move at that point in time. In their particular case, a financial institution started putting on pressure on them about extending their mortgage for 5 years. That's when I get called, and I sit down with the couple in their living room, and what I clearly heard is just what Max was talking about, is how do we preserve our wealth, how do we stay in a home, and how do we live to the next stage of retirement. And what they wanted to really understand that 1, they could sell their home, 2, buy a downsized home, whether it's in the Blue Mountains or Collingwood, and have enough money to pay off the debts that they had accumulated through the period of the husband having a stroke. So obviously there is a huge amount of understanding between the couple, a lot of what I would call excitable conversations, and those same excitable conversations, some people may call arguments, but at least lots of activity in the conversation moves in with the children as well. But they did not realize at that point in time that they had choices. And what I was able to demonstrate for them is that they had choices, and this whole process took 6 months from start to finish. But at the end of the day, you can only imagine that you really have to have confidence when you're selling your home, you're going to buy a home, conditional on the sale of your own home. People buying your home are going to be conditional on the sale of their home, because this thing just does not happen in one time. So in this particular case, on the same day, in the end of August, there was actually 3 mortgages and 3 financings that were closing on the same day. Clients, people, families need professionals that understand this process, but understand the aspects of service and helping people understand. Because in between June and August, 3 months, there is a whole lot of things that are going on in the people's, the family's mind. And as I said to the female in the couple, I said, you are going to think and you're going to have some sleepless nights. So if you have any burning question, feel free to call. That's what people need to understand, that there is solutions and people that can have enough understanding of the whole financial space that they can bring advice to the family. 2 weeks ago, I visited that family, and they're now in a home in Collingwood. The car can drive up to the doorstep. It's got a wheelchair ramp. It's got a place for the walker, and that family with children see themselves there for the next 20, 30 years. So, in addition, I gave a full presentation the last time on reverse mortgages, and you can go to the website that Max talked about, and you'll see my 35-minute presentation, and that was called Financing Trends for Seniors and Reverse Mortgages. So you could go there. In addition, feel free to contact me. There's other information, my brochure, as well as the articles that I've wrote on home equity lines of credit and reverse mortgages. Feel free to just come into my office, set an appointment, and have just a casual conversation, or I can even come to your home to have a casual conversation about things that you may want to consider in financing. So thank you very much. I'm around afterwards and happy to chat with any individual, and thank you very much for coming out.
Thank you, Gerard.